It's a vast pottery army which is slowly being unearthed from the tomb where it's lain for more than 2,000 years.
Terracotta warriors, a household name to millions worldwide. But archaeology is still
AJ13 once shared with me how he and LeBron both love the Terracotta Army and decided to create LeBron 15 based on that. But this time, because what CLOT represents, this version almost feels like an origin story. So what is the concept behind these colors and textures?
You know, I'm a big fan of LeBron, so I'm always inspired by him. I got season tickets to the Lakers, watching him almost every game when I'm in Los Angeles, so big up to LeBron. But this time, this shoe actually is inspired by my trip to Xi'an. So last year, or maybe you know, a year and a half ago, I went to Xi'an as a cultural trip. I didn't go there to try to find inspiration to design a shoe. I just went there to enjoy it. So I went to Xi'an, I went to where the Terracotta Warriors were. I was amazed. I was so inspired. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I was very inspired. Everywhere I went, I put my hand and tried to absorb some energy. Obviously, I think I absorbed some positive energy. A couple months later, after I went to Xi'an, the Jordan team asked me to design our first ever CLOT shoe. Very, very happy. I'm a huge Jordan fan, and they asked me which shoe I would like to do. So I told them that I wanted to do the Jordan 13 low, because when I was a kid, I was playing basketball every day in my Jordan 13 lows, the blue ones. I had 5 or 6 pairs, just cause I love them and I love playing basketball on them. My shoe was I played basketball so bad, the bottom was all even, all the traction was gone. So that was the first part, is the 13. And after thinking about how to tell a story, because what we try to do at CLOT is we try to not only change colorways or fabric patterns, we try to give a full story to the shoe. So as I was looking at the panel on the 13s, I remembered the armor that was on the Terracotta Warriors. And I thought, this is interesting. How do we put this into a design of the shoe? What colorways should we use? Now, a lot of times when you see Jordan 13s, they're very easy colorways, meaning white with reds, white with blacks, you know, blacks with blues. So this time, this colorway is actually inspired by the patina on most of the Terracotta Warriors. If you go and see it, there's a little bit of, you know, these colors, these earth tone colors with a very unique pink on it. And that's because the soldiers are oxidized. So after they've been out in air too long, they start changing color. So I thought this was also an interesting thing to put into the shoe, which also is not just a direct translation from the Terracotta Warriors, but also a narrative on time and how time affects things. And you know, today is the time for us to drop the Jordan 13 CLOT Terracotta blushes, and I can't really explain to you the feeling because it's like a dream come true.
Facts. These shoes are royalty.
I think when I grew up was my only real idol. I used to read a lot of comic books, and I would aspire to comics and stuff like that, but a real person is Michael Jordan. How he dressed, how he played basketball, how he tried so hard to win. These were all things that I wanted to be. When I was a kid in class, I would draw Jordan jerseys, and I would draw Jordan shoes. So to actually be able to draw something and have it actually be on a Jordan shoe was amazing. And then for them to invite me to be in the Jordan 11 campaign was unbelievable. I was speechless. I don't really know what to say. I'm still kind of like, oh my God, is this real? My mom and my sisters saw the commercial and they were almost crying, because I used to always be out in front pretending to be Jordan, like, Jordan, you know, Jordan. And here we are, and I'm in the commercial, and I'm making a Jordan shoe. So 2018 has been a great year for me.
I guarantee you that if you look at the lineup and you look at what we do in Shanghai, we are beating Los Angeles, and we're beating everyone else in the world that's trying to do it.
I mean, you have to know when you have something, and you have to know when you don't have something. You have to admit when you win, and you have to admit when you lose. So, you know, I've lost many times in my life, but I win so many times too, and this is a win. Intersect is a win.
Right.
Why I think Intersect is a win is we don't only ask people to come here and buy products. This is an experience alone. When you come and you see these things, we want to inspire people. We have a basketball court here. We have food. We have haircuts. We have tattoos. We're not just about hype. We're about the culture. And what we try to build the culture, and we try to nurture culture. And what better place to do it than in China, where a lot of people don't get to see this stuff. I started Intersect because a lot of people always ask me, oh, what's cool, what's good, what's this? It's hard for me to explain. This, I don't need to say anything. You come in and you'll see everything.
Right.
And I mean, look, you get this at Intersect.
I said, we're made in China. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's horrible. And I said, what do you mean? Why is made in China bad?
Some of the best shoes in the world are made in China.
Yeah.
Some brands that you would never believe their shoes are made in China. Now, sometimes they don't say so, but I know so. And I believe that with nurturing now the youth here, hopefully we can bring them to a place where they're proud to say it's made in China. And we put pride in our work, which means we do good work and we spend time and care to detail and care about how it represents us as people. Now, I know, you know, a lot of people, because I did some speech in New York, they think that that's my whole thing. It's not my whole thing. I care for my people and I want to inspire them. So, you know, hopefully through the stuff that we do internationally, we can open doors for the next generation, because, you know, in a few years, people might not like me anymore. There might be the new guy. And hopefully I could have inspired the new guy to have a high standard and to be on an international level. And that already for me is a win. It's not always about money. It's not always about this and that. It's about inspiring the next generation. And a lot of people might think that that sounds weird, but I've made enough money, I've done enough things that right now I'm trying to look and nurture youth, which is why I work with, you know, people like Ian Connors or Bari or young designers. A lot of these other brands here are young designers that I've helped put on. So definitely the future is the most important. And that's why I always try to have motivational speeches to these people, so that they know that they're not alone and that they have someone to look up to and someone that's on their side.
Thank you so much, Edison.
All right. Thank you, Momji. Thank you. All right.